Vaughan-Bassett Furniture Company. American-made manufacturer of deception. Part 2. Timeline and result of complaint filed with the Virginia Attorney General's Office. Summary of referenced documents. Document 1. Official complaint against Vaughan-Bassett Furniture Company that I filed with Virginia's Attorney General's Office. Document 2. The letter I received from Virginia's Attorney General's Office at the time their office reached out to Vaughan-Bassett Furniture Company with regard to my complaint. Document 3. My attempted outreach to Virginia's Attorney General's Office upon being contacted by Vaughan-Bassett. These 3 documents are attached to this presentation. Timeline of complaint filed through Virginia's Attorney General's Office. July 26, 2023, mailed complaint against Vaughan-Bassett to Virginia's Attorney General's Office. For complete context, reference Document 1. August 4, 2023, received by mail a courtesy copy of the official correspondence Virginia's Attorney General's Office sent to Vaughan-Bassett upon receipt of my complaint. For complete context, reference Document 2. August 10, 2023, Vaughan-Bassett contacts me upon receiving notification of my complaint from Virginia's Attorney General's Office. Vaughan-Bassett offers me an additional $650 off my purchase, under the condition that I sign a form stating I will no longer speak of my experience with their company. Vaughan-Bassett still insists their company did not deceptively advertise the furniture I purchased. I do not accept Vaughan-Bassett's offer. See slides 4 and 5. August 14, 2023, I emailed the Virginia Attorney General's Office notifying them that I had been in contact with Vaughan-Bassett and did not accept their proposal to remedy my complaint. I ask for clarification on whether Vaughan-Bassett's deceptive advertising in my case is within the state of Virginia's legal limit. I do not receive a response. See slide 6 for an excerpt. October 13, 2023, I mail a printout of the email with my unanswered questions, from August 14, to Virginia's Attorney General's Office. I do not receive a response. November 28, 2023, I send Virginia's Attorney General's Office certified mail containing the correspondence from my August 14 and October 13 outreach attempts. I received notification from USPS that the mail was picked up at a postal facility at 3:04 p.m. on December 6, 2023 in Richmond, Virginia, 23218. I have not yet received any response. Document 3 contains the correspondence I attempted to relay to Virginia's Attorney General's Office August 14, October 13, and November 28. Email to me from Vaughan-Bassett upon notification of my complaint from Virginia's Attorney General's Office. I have learned of your complaint to the Virginia Attorney General's Office. While our company is unwilling to participate in a formal dispute resolution process, our company regrets that you remain unhappy with the sawmill style of our furniture and previous efforts to resolve the dispute. As you know, we had issued a credit/rebate of $850 to you through Furniture Pick, the retailer from which you made the purchase even though our company did nothing wrong. We thought this payment would fully resolve the matter. Since it is not from your perspective, we would be willing, without admitting any fault, to make a supplemental payment to you of $650, which would increase the total credit/rebate to $1,500. We feel that this would be very fair under the circumstances. Please let me know if you are willing to resolve the dispute on this basis. If so, I will send you a standard form of release whereby you would release all claims related to the furniture against our company and Furniture Pick. You would agree not to disparage Furniture Pick and our company and its products after this resolution, and we would notify the Virginia Attorney General's Office that the complaint has been resolved to your satisfaction. I will look forward to hearing from you regarding this proposal. My response to Vaughan-Bassett's proposal. While I appreciate the gesture, I do not accept your proposed resolution. I will maintain my autonomy to warn other shoppers about Vaughan-Bassett and Furniture Pick. Both of your companies did something wrong. You used blatantly deceptive stock photos to sell me a bedroom set, and left those blatantly deceptive stock photos up on your websites for months. The fact neither Vaughan-Bassett or Furniture Pick sees that as a problem is a problem in and of itself. I attached a photo in case you need a refresher as to the extreme differences between what was advertised and what I received. I am incredibly grateful the VA Attorney General reached out to you so quickly upon receiving my complaint. My hope is legislation can be passed at a state as well as federal level that sets a threshold for deceptive advertising with regard to the finish, color, and texture of furniture so that some sort of good can come out of my experience. I plan to lobby for this legislation by sharing my experience. Excerpt from my follow-up letter to Virginia's Attorney General's office asking for clarification on whether Vaughan-Bassett's deceptive advertising was within the state of Virginia's legal limit, sent August 14, October 13, and November 28. More than anything, I reached out to your office to see if the caliber of deceptiveness Vaughan-Bassett used in their advertising to sell me the bedroom set was permitted by VA law. Were the differences in the furniture pictured and what I received within the threshold VA state allows when it comes to advertising using stock photos significantly different from the actual merchandise? And does VA state allow Vaughan-Bassett to get away with this extremely deceptive advertising under the guise of Vaughan-Bassett and their retail partners' fine print policies? I can understand and accept the reasoning behind such fine print policies, to a reasonable extent, given base materials have natural variations. However, I feel that Vaughan-Bassett is taking a mile for what should be an inch with regard to their application of these fine print policies to my purchase. Had both Vaughan-Bassett and Furniture Pick updated their stock photos immediately upon knowledge of my situation, I would have believed this mess was an honest mistake. Not only did they both leave the deceptive photos up for months, and only took them down after months of me pressing the situation, to this very day, they claim that they had every right to use the deceptive photos to sell me what I received. Which implies they will continue to employ their deceptive advertising practices moving forward. I can't believe it is legal for them to send out a bedroom set with heavy, deep saw marks and gouges all over it. Personally, I have never seen such an awful finish on a bedroom set in my entire life, while presenting the distress in the stock photos as teeny tiny dots. If a manufacturer is going to sell a bedroom set that looks, we'll say, as unique as mine does, how can they get away with not presenting it accurately? I am not alone when I say that no one that I know would purchase what I got, nor would they expect to receive anything that looks like it when placing an order based on the stock photos used to advertise it. Usually people complain if there is so much as a scratch on new furniture when it is delivered. I do not understand how Vaughan-Bassett can get away with sending out furniture that is all sawed and butchered up when there is not a single saw mark or gouge in the stock photo. Not to mention the furniture is wood grain finish in the stock photos, while my set is poorly spray painted, and the color in the stock photos is two-tone gray, while mine is dull matte white. Next steps. My hope is that I will still hear back from Virginia's Attorney General's office. But given I have tried 3 times over a course of months, I will now pursue a complaint at the federal level. I will also be reaching out to my New York State elected representatives to rally for better consumer protection laws at the federal level with regard to furniture buying, especially in cases where merchandise is bought through online forums where customers are not able to see the actual merchandise they will receive prior to purchase. It would be a simple task for furniture manufacturers and furniture selling venues who contract with furniture manufacturers to sell their product, to require sellers to take photos of the actual merchandise to be received, and forward those photos to customers for their approval prior to shipment. For those furniture manufacturers who do not rely on false advertising to sell their product, this process would serve as a form of protection for their businesses as well. The photos would serve as documented evidence for every furniture market transaction. Such a law would alleviate the reliance consumers have on governmental agencies and consumer protection groups to right wrongs. Especially given these agencies and groups overall are ineffective and undependable. Had Vaughan-Bassett provided me with photos of my bedroom furniture, I would have been spared from this very expensive, stressful, and disappointing furniture buying experience. I never would have authorized shipment had I seen photos of the garbage furniture I am now stuck with. To celebrate the 1-year anniversary of my hideous Vaughan-Bassett furniture, I will reach out to their competitors and invite them to use my nightmarish experience with Vaughan-Bassett in their advertising. It'd be a great way for these companies to ensure their customers that what happened to me will not happen to their customer base by offering safeguards and examples of how they do things differently from Vaughan-Bassett. Thank you for your attention and support.